Welcome back, everybody. I'm in a good mood because I just finished Chainsaw Man episode 7. It was a lot of fun. There was action, comedy, a little bit of sexuality, some good food, and we have the start of the episode with Denji jumping down into the Eternity Demon. We saw that happening. I didn't expect this to happen. You can see a hand going flying off there. There's a bunch of blood, so he got nibbled on as he was dropped down in there. I imagined in my head that when he did that, it was going to be more like a pill, right? He would just swallow him and that'd be the end of it. But no, he bit him. He bit him pretty good. There was a bunch of bug coming flying out of there. Unfortunately for him, Denji already pulled the string on his chainsaw. I feel like he should have like an automatic power button, but I know Pochita didn't have one of those. Anyways, he starts sawing his way out of there. I thought we were gonna see like a scene where Denji's inside of him. It's all dark and all that, and then he's trying to figure out what to do. I mean, obviously he was gonna chainsaw his way out of there, but I thought we'd have like at least a good 10 seconds of that happening. But no, Denji popped out of there to the chagrin of the monster. There's blood everywhere, just everywhere. It was nuts. So that's what you're gonna notice right away if you saw that episode. It's just crazy things happening right from the beginning. And speaking of crazy, we have Kobeni who thought this was the end, that she was getting out of here. Denji's gone. Not that she wanted him to die, but she really wanted to self-preserve and get out of here. And she watched all of this, and that did not make her mind at ease by the display that was happening. Blood shooting everywhere. It's just very horrible to actually see. And then we have Power, who actually has a serious face on during these moments, even though like she's laughy. There's some times where she was serious, right? She was talking about Meowie, but right here in this moment, she knows that Denji's losing a bunch of blood and his chainsaws will go away if that actually happens. And it actually does happen eventually. His chainsaws go in, he was losing a bunch of blood. You could see the Eternity Demon latching onto him, so he was losing a bit of blood, taking a bunch of damage. But Denji, all he needs is a bit of blood, right? So easy way to do that is just bite the demon in front of him and take some of his blood. What he was saying about it was it didn't taste all that good, but watching this demon in pain, it makes the blood that tasted so awful taste like strawberry jam. So he was really getting into this, right? He was living into the demon inside of him. He was laughing away, enjoying the time. And Homeni, as she's watching this, she remembered that time where she visited the grave. Her master was there. She was visiting the grave of her partner and remembering him say that devils fear people with screw looses. And even though she's visiting here, that always stuck with her as to, who can actually kill the gun demon and who cannot. So what we have here is her trying to talk Aki out of doing this job, both of them going to the private sector, escaping this kind of life. Because, you know what, if he fights the gun devil, he's going to die just because he's nice and all of that good stuff. So he's not crazy, unlike this guy, unlike Denji, who's enjoying his time, just tearing up the Eternity Demon here, just going at him. And then even though he was doing that, he eventually got worn down, face down into the blood. But we have Homeni helping, giving a little ghostly hand here to help him out, get him back up. So she went and pulled his little chainsaw cord, and that's where he comes back to life. And again, I wish he would have like a electric start button kind of deal. I know Pochita didn't have that, but it would have been very helpful, I think, to do that. Because I don't know about you, who's ever struggled to turn on a snowblower or a lawnmower. The pull ones isn't as fun as it could be, and I don't have a ghostly hand to come help me out every now and then. So anyways, because he was laying down on that ground, which was covered in blood, he healed up and ready for round, I guess this would be like round 3 by this point. So anyways, we carry on the joke about that Nobel Prize. Hopefully he can win it. Power wanted to use it to tax our asses, but he wants to do, I don't know what he wants to do with it. Maybe he's just going to use that to show off the girls. Maybe that's what he's going to do. Anyways, I actually looked up what you can win a Nobel Prize in because I wasn't too sure. So there is a Nobel Prize for physics, chemistry, physiology, or medicine literature and peace. So I guess he would fall in line with peace there. That's what he's going to be doing. So that's what he tore up. There's so many prizes that could be given out for this episode. Uh, Maybe you want to do one for theater for the priceless reactions that we have seen already from Kobeni, or the other stuff that's gonna happen in this episode. It was pretty cool. Anyways, everybody is knowing that this dude is crazy watching this display from where they were up at the top of, I guess, that elevator. It almost looked like an elevator shaft, right? So he is pretty crazy and enjoying it. This is cool. I think if somebody wanted to, I think that's all you can do, right? If you have some of your coworkers trying to kill you, you have this monster that wants to kill you, all you can do is laugh at that point. So he did. He did. He did. And by the very end of it, the attorney demon begging for death. He showed his heart. Just he was like, just end it already. I'm kind of in pain. This is torturous. So he did. He went and killed him. So we have the aftermath. We have Arai here in his blanket again. This time no bed. The beds are kind of occupied. We have Kobeni here still in a daze with some saliva coming out of her mouth. I know people made a bunch of memes about that in other situations. And then we have Homeni checking up on Aki, and then we see Power in bed. We have Aki laying there in bed. I mean, obviously, the dude got stabbed. So if one of the beds was going to anybody, it's definitely going to him. And then we have Power dreaming about Meowie, and Homeni just wants to get some sleep on, and Aki over there. So she's given a little hold. I guess that makes him feel faster or make her feel better. But anyways, that was wholesome. So the crew finally gets to leave, and we got Denji covered in blood. I'm still surprised nobody like outside of Homeni giving him a ghost hand helping him out. I mean, maybe you can't get down there because of all the chainsaws. Maybe they would get in the way. I feel like Power could have did something. Anyways, anyways, his reward for this is the Gun Devil's flesh, and also eventually a kiss, right? So these they were dragged to the hospital, and they were talking about Kobeni and Arai. So we have this conversation happening. They're thinking about quitting. Obviously, the performance during this situation wasn't the greatest, so they were scared. And they also felt guilty about trying to kill Denji, one of their coworkers. Anyways, we have Aki that found a piece of the gun devil inside of the remaining part of the body. So we got a little bit more in there. So we have Power. The plan is Power is going to Kyoto to get more people because for whatever reason, Denji seems to be getting targeted. So there's something with Denji that we don't know about. We'll find out more in the future, but obviously we need to have a party. I thought this party was like a congratulations for surviving that, but this party was a get to know you with all the rookies. And I guess their mentors, bosses, managers, all of that good stuff. So we have a picture of the people that were there. We have Makima coming in late, and then we also have Kobeni coming in late as well. So I love this part about Power. She really loves food, and the sashimi is all hers. She really enjoys it. I love how she eats it. Do you ever see anybody eating food and you're like, man, I'm hungry too? I know it's around lunchtime for me. Actually, it's a little past lunchtime because I use my break to do this. So I, I saw her eating. I'm like, man, I'm hungry. It's time to eat. Anyways, Kopeni, she got a little lost so she could see even though she's a little lost, she's already got the nervous sweats going on here. I don't know if she knows what's about to happen or if she's just scared of everybody or she regrets what happened. But there she is, a little freaked out. I really would say is I wouldn't let her have a knife. I just wouldn't let her have. I couldn't be her partner. That'd be so scary. So we have Power here taking the fried chicken as well. I like that. I like a girl that can eat. And then we have discussion about said kiss because that kiss has gotta happen, and that's the payment. So we have Homeni saying she needs to drink a little bit more. I do love Homeni. I know people are saying that. I can't believe you would pick her after watching this episode. Outside of the little bit towards the end, there, it's still the right one for me. I would say she seems like a lot of fun. So she's gonna make her kiss a juicy one. Oh boy, that was brutal. And she also said, "Will you forgive us for trying to kill you?" And Denji, of course, water under the bridge. It's all forgiven because he really wants that kiss. So they had to talk about their different hobbies. I know with Denji, he said he was 16, which is pretty amazing. Everybody was actually shocked about how young he was. He likes to eat and sleep, which is interesting because he didn't really eat all that much food back in the day. And then we also have Kobeni who loves eating, and Power didn't say anything. They didn't get around to her or they didn't show her. But I'm assuming one of her things is eating as well. So we got a lot of people that love to eat. So maybe we're going to see some more food episodes. We're going to have some side episodes or filler episodes where they're just going to eat. Maybe that's what's going to happen. Anyways, Fushi, he was asked about why his rookie isn't there, and that person was killed anyways. I don't know if it was a he or a she, but they died, and this didn't help Kobeni at all. She got more nervous as everybody was talking about people dying and all that stuff. And we have one where it said, "No one who joined up at the same time as me is still alive." So that is not what she wanted to hear. I wonder after this episode or in the near future she's going to quit. I feel like that's the best thing to do. I don't think she can handle all this. I really wonder if they actually just let you quit. Like, can you walk away, or is this like you're in it for life? Not really sure what happens there. Anyways, so they were talking at the table about how Homeni kisses everybody. She gets a little drunk, she gets a little happy, and then she, I guess, makes out with a bunch of the rookies. So, uh, sorry, reading this. Denji is guaranteed a kiss. That's what he's thinking in his mind. And today is the day, which is hilarious because Makima comes up behind him and wondering what kiss he is actually talking about. So she's asking him, "Are you going to are you kissing someone, Denji?" And he's like, "No, ma'am," because he can't do it. He likes her, but at the same time, he doesn't want to be seen as kissing another girl. He's waiting for his lady. But then we have Homeni ask him, "Are we not going to kiss Denji?" And he's like, "Yeah, we are. We totally are." So there we go. A guy with priorities. He's conflicted. And I get it. He's a 16-year-old. I think about that again and I'm like, wait a second, 16? Is there like an age thing in Japan where we're going to suspend belief here? Because obviously we don't have demons running around. So I guess when you're in a world where you're potentially about to die, that goes out the window. So we have Denji. Denji is being targeted by devils, so this is a good time to ask Makima, who may be the person that can tell us why this is happening. And she agrees to do it as long as you can outdrink her. There was great attempts at it, but so they started ordering beer. Power, of course, she wants more food. I like that. She's a girl with priorities. And then we have Homeni. She's look how many beers they went through. Pretty amazing. I do appreciate the rings that are on the actual beer mug, and because that'd be interesting to see in the future. It looks like some real creamy, frothy stuff. Probably really tasty. And then we have Aki, who cannot handle this as well. And then we have Makina, who did not lose that actual battle. She won. She's still asking for more. She's a trooper, man. You're not beating her any day soon. So we finally get to the point where Homeni's ready. She's given that kiss. She's given that kiss, which her face turned pretty quickly. Look at that face. That is one scary face. She puked up inside Denji. That was pretty disgusting. Which even more disgusting is he actually ate it. He swallowed it. That's gross. It was really gross. The whole thing was just amazing and bad all at the same time. Power really enjoyed the sight that she had. It was not for everybody, not for everybody at all. And Denji recalled back in the day when he was eating trash with Pochita, which was awesome. It's really cute. I love this picture so much. I really want my own Pochita. A fun time. He saw rats down the street eating puke, and he did the same just now. So eventually he came to it. He came back from whatever traumatic experience that kiss was, and he visited the toilet and was throwing up. So his first kiss tasted like barf. I don't know what mine tasted like. I remember in anime they were talking about what it tastes like lemons. They said that in Rent a Girlfriend. I feel like they might have said that in Sword Art Online. Don't remember what mine tasted like. I do remember. I think my worst one was a girl that smokes. She smokes, so not the greatest, but I think you just get used to it after a while. Outside of that, nothing else really horrible. Never like that. Never barf. That would be an interesting one. Hopefully, one that I never experience in my life. Yeah, I don't want that. Anyways, so everybody's leaving the restaurant. They're wondering where Denji is. Himeno picked him up, walked away with him. She literally picked him up. She carried him. She's a strong lady. So she carried him off. Obviously, she took him back to her place. Denji didn't know what was happening. He woke up kind of confused, and we have Himeno eventually on top of him. And then she is not a fan of Makima when it comes to, I guess, women, guys choosing girls. She thinks everybody can do better when it comes to Aki, when it comes to Denji. Everybody likes Makima, so you can do better. I think you can do better. In the show so far, I'm still laying on Himeno. I know with the whole puke thing, that probably subtracts a little bit of points, but I like her overall. She's pretty strong. She's a fun lady. I think you're gonna have an interesting time with her. Makima, I mean, I don't know. Power seems fun too, but kind of scary. And I think she doesn't won't hesitate to kill you if she needs to. If you're not the cat, if you're not Meowie, I think you're up on the block. So I'm gonna go with Himeno. I'm gonna go with... Anyways, at the very end, she asked them the very important question, wanna do it? And that's where the episode ends. Whole lot of fun. So again, I enjoyed this one. It was really interesting. Ah man, such a good episode. It's one of those ones where I feel like Chainsaw Man's one of those ones where I could watch it a second time. There's some anime, right, that you watch one time, you're good. Maybe you go back to it many, many years later just to give yourself a refresher on it. This one, I could probably watch that episode again just to see all the different scenes, action scenes, and all that. It was pretty cool. So, definitely a nice season so far. Hopefully they keep it up. I mean, I can't imagine they're going to go into a huge amount of backstories. Kind of like what I think about what's about to happen with Bleach, where we're going to get a bunch of backstory. This one seems like it's going to keep trudging on through, like where we'll get a little bit of all of what I said at the beginning. You're going to get some action, you're going to get some comedy, you're going to get some backstory, you get some sexuality in there if you want that. So there's a bit of everything for everybody. Unless you hate mass amounts of blood like my wife, she'll never watch this one. I enjoy it. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments or on Twitter or on email. Any one of those. Those are your three options. As always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside your budget. Have a good one.